Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And we're underway at Hard Rock. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Throwing right away here, Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Got a great mix of folks in attendance today. We see some vacationers, some locals, all gathering together here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Today, a good one in store here. It's the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And we're underway at Hard Rock. This will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. Rocked by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
To his back, J.K. Dobbins. From the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And the Dolphins got it. They get a little extra on top of that fumble recovery as they take possession. Man, this is a tough ask of your defense so early in a game, Brock, sending them out on short notice and a short field after you fumble it away.
But these are the critical moments defensively you got to live for, right? This is called sudden change. They practice this, and it's your time to put out this fire.
A-chain on the inside give. In progress finally halted after he picks up a chunk.
Kate, a run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
1st and 10 at the
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. They'll stick with A-chain. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Offense up to the line fast.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd down at the Broncos' 30-yard line.
Tua off the play fake. His first throw is an interception. Picked up, Alex Singleton.
Intercepted by the Broncos. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
His goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing here, Nix. Finds a man. Adam Troutman has it. And this gain almost goes all the way for that 1st down. He gets it up to the 26. Here we go. 3rd and less than a yard. Here's Nix to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. It will continue to do so.
Nix again on 2nd and 10. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Return starts at the 3. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll start the drive with A.J. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Working quickly here.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Fits it through the middle. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. Run down, and at the end he loses the football. It's not free. And the Broncos corral it. Their offense going to take over a much better field position as they get a bunch on that fumble return. Oh, I can see my quarterback. He's not very happy beside me right now. At the last moment, Brock, a desperation play, takes a highlight reel touchdown and makes it a turnover. You okay with that?
Oh, those explosive plays are so hard to come by. At the NFL level, you get them in Pop Warner Junior High. Wait! In the NFL, 50-plus yard play just ends the other way. Those really sting.
And the Broncos 1st down.
We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
See, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, but it just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
This is Sutton working the right side. Still going inside the 35. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him into field goal range. They rip off a a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And he's got it in close. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just right.
And he gets in, touchdown! The Broncos take a 13-0 lead. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos double their lead to 14.
14. Dolphins nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. On the return, here's Tyreek Hill. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Dolphins just about set up here, 1st and 10. Here's A-Chain up the middle. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. There it is, touchdown Miami. The Dolphins make it a one-score game in the first half. Devon A-Chan with the touchdown. Jason Sanders to try the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Dolphins chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
14. Dolphins 7. Jason Sanders to kick off.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And it didn't look like he was seriously considering a return there, did it? So that touchback going to come out to the 35. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. That's dropped off for Dobbins. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from piling on those yards.
Running by his back, Dobbins. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give the quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Just 1 yard there. Now a tough call to make on 4th and short inside of field goal range.
It's now 4th down.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Inside of field goal range, but the kicker ain't moving. They're going for this. Trying to push this past the marker. And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos will add to their lead at the end of the half. Wow, Brock, that is one of the longest runs I think we're going to see out of a fullback. And just can't get my mind around the fact that he outpaced those DBs long enough to reach the end zone.
You and me alike. That was a power lifter, a power blocker becoming a sprinter. I'm not sure if we stretch out further, he's going to hold on and score. But at that distance, oh gosh, his teammates just love that TD.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Hill now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Hill on the return. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. First down, here's Tua. Bails out of the pocket quick. Throwing deep down the left. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Riley Moss with the pick.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Buying some time right. Gets it downfield, on target to Sutton. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
On first down, it's Nix. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
It sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Quick slant, caught by Sutton. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Offense letting the clock reach 3 seconds as they take the timeouts, and they can try a field goal now before halftime.
A 44-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that makes this a 3-score game. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out.
At their own 17-yard line.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off Alex Singleton. And the Broncos bring this back inside the 10-yard line before going down. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half. When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage.
And he'll score! Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos push their lead further to start the half. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist, and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
To kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20.
20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They go play action with Tagovailoa. Getting out to his left. He's going to keep it this time. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
2nd down carry for A.J. And just before he reaches the marker, he's hit and stopped. They got him at the 29.
He was brought
Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd.
Tagovailoa looking to throw here on 3rd and 1. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
Trying for it, it's A.J. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Miami Dolphins.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
First play, and Hurts looking to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know They want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Well, complete down the field to Smith. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Devontae Smith, 50 yards. And the Eagles need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. The Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. And he will get in to make it 8-0.
Is successful and makes the score Eagles 8.
Tell you what, they're not messing around. You get the quick touchdown, and then you go for 2 to go up 8-0 here on the road.
In a sense, they hit him with a big shot right away. You don't throw a jab after you throw the haymaker, right? Go ahead and go for 2. They did. They're in control.
Oh, good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
38-yard line.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 38.
44. Ready. Out.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane, 61 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this is now a 1-point game.
8, Dolphins 7. Jason Sanders to kick
Now
off
after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Dolphins' 45-yard line.
Inside handoff. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 51 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted,
and it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Williams to return. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
He was tackled at the
And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now. 2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7 our score. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by a Fitu Melifonwu. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now H.A. on 1st and 10. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
Brought down by Zach Vaughn. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd down at the 26-yard line.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Ready. Ready, team.
Achane gets it from the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place.
Devon Achane with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes this a 14-8 ball game.
Jason Sanders to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Dallas Goedert as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room.
Hurts will throw. And he is into the end zone to give him a 2-point lead. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge win for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their...
And now this is intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
A loss of 2 yards.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
No sign of Tua departing. Fourth down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle, Achane. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Again, it's Achane. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Loss of a yard. Brings up second down at the 30-yard line.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Corner, long.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 98 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's a gain of 9.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for a Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
At the 42-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So they'll try to move the ball closer here on third down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. Here's Tua. Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
Here's Madison running on first down. The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27.
Ready, shot? All right, go.
Another carry now for Madison. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Tua.
time to his left. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down.
A gain of 17 yards. That's another Dolphins first down. First down and 10 yards to go.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Here's first down. Now Tua.
They'll go Madison up the middle. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Tua.
From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Tua.
But he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
On a completed pass, got to get down quickly and call a timeout.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining.
It's 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.